I'm going to show you a picture in this video, and it's going to be a picture of Renee and I from the first year that we dated. This is going to be a 27-year-old picture. But I like to talk, so give me a moment to set this thing up. First things first, we got this picture today when we participated in Christmas number 4. We didn't get a chance to see my wife's sister, Lisa, and her husband, Scott, and their 2 boys on Christmas Eve for Christmas because they were all violently ill. And so Christmas Eve was spent at my mother-in-law's house with my wife's stepsisters and extended family. Christmas Day was here with my mother-in-law and father-in-law, but Lisa couldn't make it, nor could our daughters Ashley or Maggie. So then a week later, Maggie and her boyfriend came up. They lived a couple hours away, and we did Christmas number 3. And today we did Christmas number 4 with Lisa over at her house. So that brings us down to just one more Christmas to go, and that is we got to figure out when we're going to hook up with the family in Indiana. Having said all of that, while we were at Christmas number 4, we learned that Lisa was given a stash of photographs of the family in various stages of life throughout all of the various years. And within that stash, there was a photograph of Renee and I from the first year we were dating. So a little background to our dating history. Renee and I met in an AOL chat room in May of 1997. We moved in together in May of 1998. We got married in May of 1999, and the rest is history. In October of 97, so we met in May of 97. In October of 97, we're still dating. We're not living together at this point in time. I had only been off the road for 2 years. When I say off the road, from 92 to 95, I hitchhiked back and forth across the country living in a tent. The summer of 92, I worked for a carnival. In the fall of 92, I kind of rolled into the Grateful Dead scene and just kind of followed them around. And whenever they stopped touring, me and another guy that I was traveling with, we just kind of found odd jobs wherever the fuck we could find them, and we kept ourselves busy until the tour started up again, and then you just followed the tour. So from spring of 92 to late summer of 95, I lived in a tent. And at this point in time, when I met Renee and started dating her, I had only been off the road for a brief period of time. And so I was still somewhat feral and was still very much starting out in life, right? Like I had never had an address before that. At least not, I had addresses, but you know what I mean? Like for 4 years, I didn't have an address. For 4 years, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a phone. You couldn't contact me. It wasn't, this was before cell phones and all of this shit. Anyway, there was this Halloween party at the Legion Hall in Franklin Park in October of 97. And my wife's family had been for decades, for generations, embedded in Franklin Park, and a lot of veterans in the family, and the Legion Hall is where all of the events took place. And so my wife tells me, at the time, my girlfriend, Jesus fucking Christ, says, hey, family's throwing this Halloween costume party. And I'm like, I don't have a costume. I've been on the road for 4 years. I barely have fucking clothes. And so I just threw on my jeans and one of my better flannel shirts and a wide brim hat that I loved and my poncho. I had a poncho. That was my blanket when I traveled, my poncho. It kept me warm wherever I went. If it was too hot out, it just served as a pillow. But it was, I love this poncho. And so I just threw on this poncho and this wide brim hat and jeans and a flannel shirt, and I went as whatever the fuck that is. And Renee threw on a cheerleader's skirt and a white sweater, and she went as a cheerleader. And so this is 25-year-old me and 23-year-old Renee at a Halloween party at the Legion Hall in Franklin Park, Illinois in October of 1997. Yep. I love that goddamn poncho. That poncho went everywhere with me. Everywhere. I loved that poncho. This is a lifetime ago, ladies and gentlemen. This is this is a whole career ago. This is 4 kids and 2 grandkids ago. Well, actually, technically speaking, my oldest, Ashley, was already born when this picture was taken. I just didn't know she existed. This is This is a lifetime ago. I didn't even know that this picture existed. I mean, obviously, neither one of us could remember that 27 years ago somebody snapped a picture of us at a function. But there we are. 25-year-old Tom Powell, 23-year-old Renee Powell, then Renee Violet, at a Halloween party at the Legion Hall in Franklin Park, Illinois, October 1997. Holy shit. This was so long ago. And it's fucked up to think about, but when you think about it, you're like, well, that wasn't that fucking, was that 27 years ago? Yeah, that was 27 years ago. It is stunning to think about everything that has happened since that picture was taken. Stunning. Since that picture was taken, both of us have lost our grandparents. I've lost my father, my stepmother, and my maternal mother. She lost a sister, aunts, uncles, cousins. We've seen others get married, grow up and have kids, grow up and get married, grow up and move away. Goddamn. Seeing that picture was just brought 1997 right back to the forefront of my head. I didn't even know that picture existed, and you know what Renee and I were talking about in the car ride home today. Glad that it does exist, because we don't have a ton of pictures of ourselves from back then, and that was in the earliest stages. Like I said, that we hadn't even been living together yet. We were just dating at this point in time. And it was at that function, at that Halloween party, that I met most of her family for the first time. I had known some members of her immediate family, but all the cousins and whatnot, that's the first time I met any of them. Aunts, uncles, cousins. So it was a little baptism by fire at that particular event, too. And here I am standing there in my poncho, just proud as shit of the person I am. 2 years off the road, if that. Man. It's amazing what people have tucked away that you haven't seen yet. I would love to see what other photographs Auntie has, because I know that if anybody's got them, she's got them. But there you go. There's a picture of Renee and I from the first year we were dating.